Thank you, Sean. In the market for a new car with hundreds of models to choose from, the process can be stressful. Here to help steer us in the right direction is Brian Moody with Autotrader.com. Also with us, Head of Consumer Affairs for General Motors, James Bell. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us on.
Now, Brian and James, if we're in the market for a new car or used car, what initial steps should we take?
Well, first I say you assess your needs. Figure out what kind of a car you're going to want for your family and your specific situation. If you have 4 kids, that's going to eliminate a lot of cars. If you have no kids, you have a lot more choices. If you tow or go off-road, you're going to want a very specific kind of car. A Honda Accord's not going to work if you have to go crashing over boulders. So figure that out first, and then you can find the right car for you.
And you know, on behalf of Chevrolet, we're really excited because we've got some new vehicles in some of the new segments that are really hot right now. Key amongst them is this vehicle here. This is called the Chevrolet Trax. It's in the new hot segment. Small, but it's a big growing thing. Small crossovers, the higher riding height, 4-cylinder engine with turbocharging, so plenty of power. You're seeing lots of action here, aren't you?
This small crossovers on AutoTrader of all different makes and models is the kind of a popular thing now. People are really into this.
Yep, and of course everybody knows about the mid-size family sedan. What I think is about exciting, so you'll see on this find on this Chevrolet Malibu, is the fact that it actually has built-in Wi-Fi hotspot technology. This is a vehicle that is putting out a Wi-Fi signal that up to 7 different devices can connect to, so it really becomes the kind of go-to road trip vehicle for the families. And by the way, that technology is going across all of Chevrolet's vehicles. And the one that's really kind of shaking up the business here is the Chevrolet Colorado. I call it the 90% truck solution. It's going to be able to do at least 90% of what people look to use a truck for. And to Brian's point earlier,
right,
why overbuy a vehicle? And you know, people love trucks. Obviously, America sells and buys lots of them, but maybe something smaller is going to be more rational.
You know, if people got realistic about how they really use a truck, I think that they would end up with a mid-size truck to begin with, because the average person who lives in the suburbs doesn't need a gigantic V8 powered pickup truck. That's just not necessary. Contractors, that's a different story.
Yeah, if you need it for work, that's fine. But for most of us just running to the local hardware store on the weekends, that'll do it.
Yeah, they've gotten so good looking too. Now, Brian and James, the vast majority of us head to the internet to shop for a vehicle. We do our little research. Any advice on improving our search?
Well, here's what I suggest. If you go to sites like AutoTrader, use the tools they have available. Search for the car by brand if you want, but if you don't know, search by price, search by features, search by fuel economy, and search by the things that matter to you. Then you can narrow that field down pretty quickly, and you can take hundreds of cars and maybe turn it into 10 or 20.
Absolutely. And you know, people love doing things online, whether it's their banking or booking travel and so forth. We're all very used to doing commerce online. Well, I'd like to tell you about something called ShopClickDrive.com. This is an online service. So after you've done the research, as Brian says, click over to ShopClickDrive.com, and it gives you access right to your local Chevrolet's dealership. You can see what's in their showroom. You can, based on the research you've done, find the vehicle that best meets your needs there. You can even go as far as doing the financing, doing the negotiating, get all the financial details together. Now, at that point, I would suggest going and actually doing a test drive and making sure that the vehicle fits your needs. However, ShopClick Drive will also allow the vehicle to come right to your door and sign the paperwork in your driveway, never having to leave the house. So I think it's something that's really going to be
There's no limit to the things you can do online, really, but starting there with your research is definitely the way to do it. Don't just show up at a dealership. Know some stuff ahead of time and then go and check out stuff.
All right, guys, great tips for us. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Reduce the stress, worry, and hassle of buying a car. For more tips or information, just head to the website on your screen.